Funding for the Trade Best Practice Series is provided by the Benjamin Moore and Company Foundation in partnership with Teach Construction and through the generous support of PDCA sponsors and members. So, we've prepped, we've taped, we've masked, we've sanded. Let's talk about spackling. It's not a word you come across every day if you're not a painter. Spackle is a compound used to fill in cracks in wood and plaster and to create a smooth, flat surface. So if you're spackling, you're using spackle to fill in defects and create that smooth surface. Get it? Okay. But you don't use spackle to fill in joints. That's what caulk is for, and we'll talk about that later. Now, all spackles are not created equal. So the appropriate spackle for our particular situation is best learned through experience and job site conditions. So first, where do you spackle? Holes from wall anchors or picture hanging, small dents or gouges, smoothing chipped edges. Kinds of spackle: interior, exteriors. Yes, there are both interior and exterior spackle. Interior will not work on exteriors. Lightweight fillers, ideal for plaster and drywall, and softer material is suited for light duty, like picture holes. Patching compounds, for reprofiling edges or filling large dents and dings. It's a harder material and is suited for heavier use. Nail hole fillers, to fill, yes, nail holes. Now there's a whole range of desirable spackle qualities. Dry time, faster is often better. Minimal to no shrinkage, single application is the goal. Minimize flashing, so a primer coat may not be necessary to make the repair invisible. So what is flashing? Flashing is the appearance of inconsistency in the top coat caused by changes in underlying processes or materials. Short version, sometimes after you paint, you can kind of tell if you sanded here and not here, or if you applied spackle here and not here. The solution? Change up your process and your materials. Your company will likely have selected among spackle materials that strike the right balance between dry time and flash resistance, shrinkability, knifeability, etc. Oh boy, now I'm geeking out on this stuff. Hey, by the way, don't forget to clean the spackle off your putty knife when you're finished. It's not only good for your tools, but it's kind of a safety thing. We've talked a lot about the importance of keeping your tools clean and organized because it not only contributes to your efficiency at work, but it helps keep you safe. One slip of the putty knife and you're heading somewhere for stitches. The same goes for screwdrivers and utility knives. So clean the crud off your tools at the end of the day. Your fingers and limbs will thank you for it, and they'll be appreciative for you taking them along on this adventure we call life. Okay, so fingers, limbs, putty knives, spackling, I think that's it. So now for some in-the-field training. To the field! Whether done before or in between sanding passes, once you start spackling, you know you've reached one of the final stages of prep. Being meticulous as you fill and create the desired flat surface will prove beneficial in the long run. First, scan the surface carefully to identify anything that needs to be filled. This includes scratches, cracks, screw pops, and nail holes, just to name a few. Even in new construction, you'll find dings and dents that need to be spackled in between coats. Don't forget to fill in around door frames and windowsills. I see in this home that's only about 10 years old that you're doing a lot of prep on scratches and screw pops and indentations, small little things. Why all the work for such little things?
You know, they are meticulous things that not everybody would catch, which is the reason why we are in the field that we're in the high-end painting industry, working in these high-end homes, is because we catch those little imperfections and things that normal people may not see, and that just makes our job look that much better and sets us aside from the rest of the companies.
What kind of imperfections are we talking about?
Old picture hanger holes, the screw pops, the scratches, old fuzzies from old roller covers that were used in the original paint job, and of course, paint boogers.
What's a paint booger?
Paint boogers are just dried up paint that has gotten into the wet paint, usually from rolling continuously into a bucket that dries on the edge of the bucket and gets mixed in with the wet paint. You'll see that transfer to the wall. So we'll want to make sure that those are taken out.
Trade best practices. Inspect wall. First, it's best to identify repair areas. Of course, you've read the scope of work, so you'll prep to that standard, right? The scope might call for spackling scratches and nail holes, but not nail pops or dents. Read the scope so you don't over-prep. Putty knife. It's best to use the smallest hole that will do the job. This will minimize the repair area. A 2-inch or 4-inch putty knife is best for larger holes or cracks. A 1-inch putty knife is great for small areas like nail holes. Spackling. Fill the defect, then wipe the area clean, working in a quick X pattern. This will fill the defect, but not overfill, which saves on sanding. A damp rag can be used to wipe away excess spackle around the repair and minimize the repair area.
I was looking for a home, and S&L is the best company I've ever worked for. Here at S&L, we're a tight-knit group, and it's almost more of like a family than a company.
Next up, caulking. Hey, by the way, to the field! I have to blink.